G'day guys, welcome back to the Aussie Gooner channel, and yes, we are doing the fucking preview for the upcoming game between, you guessed it, Chelsea and Arsenal. And with the friggin' quality of football we've been playing as of late, I had to bring in a Chelsea expert. Yes, a Chelsea expert that might be able to, put a smile on our face, because I know every single friggin' Chelsea fan out there, they're doing this. They're loving life. Haneef, welcome to my channel, mate. Thank you for jumping on board today, man. How you been, mate?
Very well. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Big up, everyone.
Mate, my pleasure, mate. My absolute pleasure. Mate, Chelsea. I want to start talking Chelsea to start off with, because Chelsea had that little blip, a small little blip against Brentford. And everyone thought, wow, is there more to come? Bloody hell, was there more to come? You guys came into it, got hammered a little bit when it came to the Champions League, but bounced back like you won't believe. I mean, I'm looking at Chelsea right now as an Arsenal fan, thinking to myself, this could be fucking drastic. I don't know your feelings at the moment with that blip and that little comeback, but your feelings, your vibe at the moment with your Chelsea squad right now. What are your vibes? What are you feeling with these players? Because I know you've been up and down about your goal scoring, not being fluid up front. What are you thinking now?
We've spent a lot of money over the past couple of years on the team, and especially in attacking areas. And some of those players have not, been at the level that we'd like them to be. Yes, we've had a change of manager that could have an impact, but just, I think we don't have a plan. I think we're buying players for the sake of it. And, when you look at, if we compare it a little bit to Liverpool seem to have a plan. They seem to be buying quality rather than quantity. And I've always felt that our director of football, she's great at acquiring players. She's good at that, but she's not good at, developing a plan and making sure that whoever comes in going forward, we've got a team that can compete for the league. We've got a team that can play for any manager, and that can adapt to any system. That's one thing Chelsea players should be used to now, is adapting to any situation and any system for any manager. I think we've still got a fairly inexperienced side in terms of going for the league. But when I look at the amount of points, I always said that if we're 10 points behind, we're not that far behind. And I think as a result of the way we play most of this season, the football's not great, but it's football that wins you games. Now, if you're winning, it's acceptable, but when you're not winning, that's when I can challenge the manager and just say, like today, for example, first half, there were maybe about 2 or 3 moments. Apart from that, we were average. We weren't even average, to be fair. And that's kind of Chelsea this season. At home, we've had problems. We've lost a lot of, drawn 5 at home, lost 2, 7 games where if we'd have won half of them, we'd be up there, we'd be challenging. Away form, really good, can't complain. Won 11, drawn 3, lost 2. Away from home, we've scored more goals away from home than we're doing at home. So
Strange.
That tells me that it's really weird. The away form's perfect, more or less, but we need to address at home. I think anybody could come and beat us. They really could at home. I've always felt that whenever we go away from home, we'll beat anyone. But when we're at home, it just seems as if there's pressure from our own fans, or it doesn't come together. And I still believe Tuchel is the right man for the job. However, I still think as long as Pep and Guardiola are around, because they've been here longer and they've got more experience than Tuchel in the Premier League, I don't think anybody gets a sniff. I think we close the gap, but I don't think we compete. We competed up until December, and people will talk about injuries having an impact. Yes, but everybody has injuries. Everybody goes through this. But I just think a lack of planning, a lack of thinking about, right, we're playing this way. Who is the best player for this system? And we spent a lot of money on Lukaku. I said last season we should never have sold Tammy. I said people are underestimated. I'm not saying he was world class or anything, but in his first season in the Premier League, 15 goals, 3 assists. It's only going to get better if you play him consistently. He's gone to Roma, playing for a team that isn't that great, the top 6 team, and he's one of the top scorers in the league. That kind of tells you everything you need to know. We spent a lot of money on Lukaku. And
don't forget, Lukaku was in the Serie A as well and doing bits before he came. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, a Serie A. And he was doing bits before, at Everton.
But you know the thing is this, he was playing for a better manager, though. In my opinion, no, not a better manager, sorry. No, yeah, I stand by that. I think Conte is a better manager because of what he's won. I just think Conte can get something out of players that other managers can't. And the system that Conte plays is more attractive. Unfortunately, he's at Spurs. And that Spurs team, he's overachieving with them. That's a crap team, I have to be honest, overall.
That's facts.
But yeah, and I just think if Conte had our team, I believe we'd be challenging. I really believe we'd be challenging. And the thing is this, I can't be too harsh on Tuchel because he's won the Champions League. But I just wish I want us to concentrate on the league. I want us to be the champions of England. I don't want any of the. I think Tuchel's I think he's a cup manager. I think we'll win everything apart from the Premier League. And my prediction's coming right at the moment, but I'm still willing to be patient with him. But I do believe I blame our director of football for the way they run things behind the scenes, because you've got to stop buying willy-nilly players. You need to believe in the manager, have a long-term vision, and say, right, in the next 4 years we want to be winning the league, and this is how we're going to do it. And that's the approach I want Chelsea Football Club to take.
I mean, to be honest, Chelsea have been a team that have always been the right guy, the right player, the right manager, the right scout. Everything had to be spot on if it was not on. And to be honest, from an Arsenal perspective, we look at Chelsea and we say, you guys are living the dream. I mean, for us, we're having to sticky tape and band-aid squads over year after year after year. You know, we don't usually get the right manager in. We let Wenger hang around for too long. We didn't back Emery. Now we've got Arteta in, who's been somewhat backed. But of course, this process of his or the owners is looking like it's going to friggin' take 4 years, 5 years at best. And for me, just like you, the league for me is the most important thing. And everyone's like, well, Arsenal haven't got the Champions League trophy. I couldn't care less about the Champions League trophy. In my opinion, I think it's a lot harder to win the Premier League than it is to win anything else. And it's a real test of a team's quality. I don't know if you agree, but that would be the ultimate test for any English club trying to go for glory. And at the moment, I think, I look at Chelsea right now, and I look at my Arsenal squad right now. I look at both of them, and I think to myself, you guys are miles ahead. And I mean miles ahead when it comes to the squad, when it comes to the manager, when it comes to your recruitment. You guys are so far ahead that for us, it's going to be very hard to chase you guys and to get you guys, like, get close to you guys, maybe get close to your blinker. And that's one of the things as an Arsenal fan that worries me. It's because we got the Cities and the Liverpools, right? We got City and Liverpool up there fighting for the honours, and Chelsea, sort of in their taillights, and we're not even close to you guys at the moment. In actual fact, right now, with the quality of football, with the quality of players you've got, we're not close. I mean, I don't know. You've seen Arsenal's performances as of late. I mean, our last 3 games we've literally dropped 9 points. And don't get me wrong, a blip. You guys had the blip against Brentford, right? You had that blip. And you had another blip against Real. But you guys, got together, sorted yourselves out, and got back into fighting form. Demolished Southampton and went over and played Real Madrid and took the game to them. From an Arsenal perspective, from an Arsenal fan right now, that's not a team I want to face. That's no shit. I don't want to face you guys right now. I don't know what you're thinking, but I'm not want to face you guys right now.
Well, to be fair, last season you did beat us 3-0 at the Emirates, I think. So it's not really. I don't really want to. I don't really. And I think you're coming to our ground. So looking at the way things are, I think you've got. You've got a good chance because form goes out the window when it's Chelsea versus Arsenal. So it's not something that I look into. I think. I think since Tommy Yasu's not been in the team, I feel the defense isn't as good as it was, and I think what Arsenal need more than anything now is experience. I think you need another like another Thomas Partey probably, or someone like a Tielemans or someone of that ilk to come in, and you need someone. I think you need a really good player up top, someone with experience, and then probably somebody to challenge one of your wingers, just to have that healthy competition, and then. I think it all comes down to having a very. You need to get like ready-made players that are gonna step up straight away. So if it's gonna be Premier League quality, you go and buy like, for example, Tielemans, and then at least you know what to expect from Tielemans. So Tielemans and Partey in the middle, Xhaka in the background, for example, and then you've got Tavares as well. So that's not a bad four when you think about it.
It's solid, and I've been screaming for Tielemans.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, and then if you can, I don't know like which striker in Europe are really that good, but you've got that guy who plays for Benfica. He seems he's got some talent about him. You were linked to that Swedish lad as well, so I think you need two strikers. I think if Lacazette goes, you need a couple. Maybe three if Nketiah goes as well.
Nketiah's gone. I think he is gone. I think Nketiah's done and dusted.
So you need another. I think you need at least 4 players coming in during the summer transfer window, and then I think that's enough. And I think Arteta has to go again. And I think I've always said I'd judge Arteta on his last season if you can compete for the top 4, and he's competing already. When you think about it, with
we're overachieving. We are overachieving.
Oh, massively. But I think Arsenal fans, especially the ones on Arsenal fan TV and so on, they're not taking the context into consideration. They don't look at the team and think. Some fans think it's as easy as like you're playing a video game. We can get whoever we want. We can get rid of whoever we want. It doesn't work like that. And we don't know what Edu's doing in the background. We don't know who's going to come in, because if good players come in over the summer and Arsenal do finish outside the top 4, then it's only going to be better for Arsenal, because once Europe hits again, this young team will be stretched. That's why you need more experience. Tottenham were in the Conference League. Tottenham got disqualified out of the Conference League, and they were getting battered in it as well. Let's be clear about that.
That's a fucking fact.
The only reason Tottenham are doing well now is because they've got no Euro. If they have Tottenham, they couldn't compete in Europe. They couldn't compete in the 3rd tier of European football. They couldn't think, right, let's win a trophy.
No, because they don't need to win just any trophy. It has to be a specific trophy, Haneef. Well, it's got to be a trophy. Yeah. No Mickey Mouse cups for fucking Tottenham.
Yeah, And I think if it wasn't for playing once a week, I don't think they'd be anywhere near the top 6. I think what's worrying is at the beginning of the season, I'd have taken Harry Kane at Chelsea, but I don't know if he's a striker anymore. Is he more? He's
more creative.
He's a lot more creative. So now I don't know if anybody's going to take that gamble now.
I mean, look, he's adapting his play to suit the needs of the team at the moment. I mean, he's opening up play for Son, Kulusevski, and I mean it's working, but he's not the goal threat that he once was. I don't think he's that Harry Kane on the ball. It's a half decent chance. We know he's going to ping it, and I think. Look, Tottenham fans right now, you tell them that, Harry Kane this or Harry Kane that. They'll defend him till fucking Harry Kane leaves, and they'll be clapping him out the door saying, he deserves to leave. Do you know what I mean? He deserves to leave. Are you fucking mad?
I watched the first half against Brighton. It was bad.
Oh, yeah. I watched the game.
They weren't up for it. They weren't up for it. They couldn't... The way they were passing the ball to each other, it was like... like a Sunday afternoon training session. I was just like, what's going on? These guys are not serious. And I just thought, Brighton is the worst team to play because they're a football playing side. You don't want to be doing stuff like that against a football playing side. And I just thought, you know what, Brighton should win this game. And it doesn't surprise me. The lad who scored a goal, I spoke to an Arsenal fan at the beginning of the season, One Touch TV. I said, listen, keep an eye on Trossard. He's a really good player, you know.
Yeah, he's not so
I
bad,
think he's underrated. He's very underrated in my opinion. And I think maybe Arsenal should be looking at the likes of Lamptey, the likes of Trossard, and just think, you know what, can we pick them up? If you can pick them up, and then I think you need 5 or 6 because of European commitments next season. And then Arsenal go again. I just think Arsenal fans are expecting too much by jumping the Europa League spots, because if you get top 4, you're going to need 6 players, I think, to come in.
Exactly. We're going to
need the quality to come in.
Do you see, like, and that's the thing, I tell people, I say, look, we make Europe, we're overachieving. I said at the start of the season, we're a top 6 team. We're top 6 max. And if we do better, well, then so be it, because the quality of the squad is what it is. And like you said, we don't have the depth. Depth is key at Arsenal. We don't have it. We don't have the depth to compete in the Premier League. I mean, look at our last... After the Villa game, you saw what happened against... when we played Crystal Palace, what happened there. Brighton, we saw what happened there. Southampton, we know what's happened there.
Yeah.
Right? And with all that going on, everyone's going back to injuries, right? Everyone talked about injuries. You know, Tomiyasu, Kirantini, Thomas Partey. That's 3 injuries, Haneef. 3 players. 3 players, right? And it's like, oh, but they're key players. I understand this. I understand it. But if 3 players get injured and your Premier League season goes from sort of fighting for the top 4 and then dropping off to possibly, I mean, what are we now? Could be, I don't know. I have not seen the results, but I think West Ham played yet?
They drew 1-1.
Okay, so if West... I didn't even look at it because of that shitty. So if West Ham had have won, we would have dropped further, guys, right? So West Ham have done us a favour only because, well, they're not competing in just one fucking... in one league at the moment or in one competition. Honestly, I'm looking at my squad right now. I'm looking at your squad right now, and I think it's a battle of the managers. I think Arteta at the moment, the fuck ups that he made against... and the mistakes that he made, pretty much... against Southampton, he might make more mistakes against Chelsea. And the mistakes I found that he made were the 2 like-for-like midfielders in a 4-2-3-1. Haneef, you know what I'm talking about here. 4-2-3-1, you got a DM and a DM and no box-to-box, and you expect to transition quick from defence to attack. It ain't going to fucking happen. And if you look at the game in Southampton held their lines in shape perfect because they were never put under real pressure because every bit of build-up play was slow. That's what worries me against Chelsea now. Because this guy's plan B is to chuck Xhaka and Sambi in the midfield and hope and pray that it's just going to happen. I don't know. I honestly think that against Chelsea this time round, if we play a 4-2-3-1 like we did against Southampton, we're going to get battered. And I don't think he'll do it. I don't know about you, but I reckon he's going to flip to a 4-1-4-1 against you guys. I think he's going to change formation.
I think going 4-1-4-1 is the right thing to do, though.
I think he's going to have to, though. I believe he's going to have to, because if he doesn't, you guys are going to be too quick on the fucking ball, and we're going to get battered. We're going to have to hit you on the counter. We're going to have to slow the game down and hit you on the counter. That's my opinion.
The second half today was really good, and the Madrid game was fantastic. You don't know what's going to happen. The problem is it's a derby, and when it's a derby, especially Chelsea, Arsenal, and we're at home. I wish we were away.
Are you kidding me?
If we were away,
you wish you were away. You don't want to be at Stamford Bridge. I look at that and I'm thinking, I don't want to go to Stamford Bridge like this.
Our record. It's because of our record this season. It's not been great. And
you just said it's a derby. You got to throw it all out the window.
Yeah, I know, but I just wish we weren't at home, because from what I've been seeing this season at home, it's not that great. And I think it's either going to be a draw or we're going to lose. I just don't know. I just don't think we're going to win that game. I don't know why. I've got a bad feeling about that game.
You're seriously saying
I think, yeah. I
No
wouldn't be
way.
surprised if Arsenal beat Chelsea because I always get these feelings when, especially after last season, but this season the opposites happened, and I'm just thinking bloody hell, and I think I don't th- I think that game's gonna be a draw more than anything else. It'd be 1-1 or something. We're not really.
Really?
We do not score a lot of goals. We don't like.
When you guys show
How
up, you
often
show
can I
up, man. When you guys show up, you guys can
Yeah,
show
we
up.
do, we do. But I think I just think once I think top four is more or less done. We're gonna get Champions League football. I don't think that matters more than the league. I think Liverpool have got more pressure in that area than us because for them to win the Premier League, they've got to win all their games, whereas we don't. We just have to turn up for the FA Cup final.
Yeah,
And,
that's true, eh?
I think 3 games wins us third. I really do. I think 3 games out of the next 6 or 7 games, I think we win 3, and it's confirmed we're in Champions League again.
Well,
and it wouldn't surprise me that.
I don't see you guys dropping. I don't see you guys dropping out of third. Let's be honest, Haneef. We got Tottenham who don't.
I think
who don't want it.
I
Arsenal
don't
don't want it.
drop out of
United
third.
don't want it. None of us want it. Like honestly, it's like nah, you can have Champions League. Nah, like. United get that. Like United have got the X factor. I always say the United X factor, and they'll always come back with a win, right? And that's what I always told people to watch out for. But Arsenal and Tottenham, bloody hell, this season, we're sitting there constantly. It's like handing the straws to each other. No, you can have it. No, back and forth, back and forth. And to be perfectly honest, these 3 teams are the 3 teams fighting for that 4th position. And you should not be worried about third. With these teams are fighting for 4th and can't even get that. Can't even get into gear with that. Seriously, come on. You guys demolished Southampton.
We're very fortunate for that reason, though, because there's 3 or 4 of you that are extremely inconsistent.
Yeah.
I think it's made it very easy for the likes of Chelsea. But then when I look at Liverpool and City and we're 10 points behind them, and I look at our home form, which has cost us, and I'm just thinking, you know, we're not far away, but I think you're more. I think you play the better football. We take advantage of our moment. We're more of a. If we give us, I think we have better moments than you, whereas you have the better football than us, and that's. I think if Martinelli and Saka turn up, it's going to be a tough game for us. But if they don't, I see us like I see our boys just taking advantage of their 1 or 2 moments because it's been a very weird season. The football's not been great apart from the last few games, and I just don't think we're gonna beat Arsenal. I've just got a very bad feeling.
Wow. I honestly,
It's gonna be a draw.
Honestly, I was saying these games that we were going to play, these 3 games that we fucked. Literally fucked. I said the Chelsea game would probably be 1 point and we should be happy with that, or a loss. I didn't see us beating you guys, mainly because I look at your squad, I look at the way you guys play, and I'm looking at the way our boys are. If we stretch you guys, if we play down the wings, we play out wide, we play well. But the problem we have at the moment is because of the lack of fluidity in the midfield, I mean, our heads have dropped. The whole lot, from manager to players, because players have to take a lot of responsibility for the last 3 games. I look at the game now and think to myself, this is all for Chelsea to lose, this game. Right now, Chelsea fans should be looking at Arsenal now saying, this is a wounded animal. We could take advantage of this. This is 3 points. Not a gimme, not a gimme, not yet, but highly likely. In my opinion, if we get a draw, Arsenal fans should be happy with that and shut the fuck up. But a loss, I see a loss on the cards, and if I don't see us competing in this game. Not with what I've seen in 3 games. Like, and I know you shouldn't just judge on 3 games. I'm judging on player performances. I'm judging on the squad selection. The squad selection for the last game. My God, it was tragic. Once I was on Northside LDN. I saw that and I went, "We're screwed. We're fucked. Watch this." And you couldn't see where a goal was coming against the likes of Southampton, Haneef. What did you guys do against Southampton? Refresh my memory. Yeah. What was it,
I'm
a
surprised
demo
he did
job?
that against Southampton, to be fair.
Was it a demo job?
demolition job,
You
wasn't
guys
it?
went in there
Yeah.
with a wrecking ball and just bombed them. We couldn't break them down. We threw the kitchen sink at them, Haneef. The kitchen sink, we put every attacking player on. Every attacking player was on, and we couldn't score. So I honestly think, my opinion, Arsenal to lose this game. Haneef, what are you thinking?
I think it's gonna be a draw, mate. I really do. I think it's gonna be a draw.
Haneef says a draw. Haneef says a draw. Haneef's just being nice so I can get him back on again. That's all it is. He's just rubbing me up the right way. That's all he's trying to do.
No, I think it's gonna be a draw. I've got a really bad feeling.
He's giving me a COVID-safe hug from a distance. Feeling sorry for the Arsenal fans.
I'd have been more confident if we were at the Emirates.
Fuck.
I'm not because we're at home, and honestly, the stuff I've seen at the games that I've seen at Stamford Bridge this season, like the Real Madrid game first half, our reserves could have done better than that.
Oh, look. Come on.
Honestly, first half. Honestly, if you watch the first half, you'd think to yourself, these guys are professional footballers.
But you guys, it's like
that bad.
What I find with Chelsea is that it's almost every game. It's like a boxing. It's like a boxing match, right? You got guys that are coming there and they're going to fight their fight. Similar to what I used to go, to get in the inside and work. You got other guys that feel the other fighter out. They feel him out and see what it's about, and then say, okay, I know how I'm going to sort of work the angle. Chelsea seem like a team that feel out every team. That's upper end. That's higher end. You feel them out. You kind of see what they're about, and then you come in with a better strategy. Usually second half, you come out to play some football because you kind of picked them apart already. And that's what scares me. I think right now, Tuchel's looking at Arsenal saying, I already know what to do with these guys. Their manager's predictable. You guys are going to come out the bat, man. I think it's going to be horrible. So you're saying draw? What's the score? What's your score prediction on this draw?
I'm going 1-1.
You're going to 1-1? I'm saying it's going to be a loss, and I think it's going to be a Chelsea 3-0. And I know it sounds fucking dismal. That's what I think. And guys, look, tell me what you guys think below. Throw us a comment, throw us a like, throw us a share, throw us a subscribe. Throw me your predictions for the game. Do you think Haneef's right? I mean, I think he's putting his players a bit down. I know Chelsea aren't doing what Chelsea wanted to do this season and sort of compete for the league, but they are in a position where I think third against teams like Manchester City and Liverpool is fair enough, because look at City and Liverpool, they're just up there. Haneef, where can we find you? Haneef, tell me, where can everyone find you?
You can find me, to be fair, I'm everywhere. My own Instagram is 532pod. I'm on Eagle Eye Football, Munzi Talks, Tariq Talks, One Touch TV, the Football Fan Show. I'm waiting for my debut on the Football Capital. So where, if anybody wants an opinion and I'm available, I'm more than happy to give it.
Man, honestly, I'm pretty sure Borch at the Football Capital will definitely have you on soon, because I reckon when it comes to Chelsea, when it comes to football, you're a great mind, mate. Honestly, the one thing I like about you is you don't chat shit. And if someone is chatting shit, you pull them up on it. It's like, wait a minute, mate. You know what I mean? But Haneef, look, cheers for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. I will be doing the review to this game where you're going to be smiling, right, and all happy, and I'm going to be frowning.
We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet.
Nostra Steve has spoken, and this is, I think it's fucking set in stone. But honestly, I'm not looking forward to this game. God help me, but hopefully the review that comes along, we're both sort of, all right, whatever. But I think you're going to be fucking jumping for joy. And hopefully I'll see you for the review, my friend. Hopefully you have a great night. And from the Aussie Gooner, from Haneef, and from everyone out here in Australia, guys, like, share, and subscribe. It's Uru, guys. Uru.